I do the drug cartel for the... Oh, wrong podcast.
I know you're not trying to be racist, and I know you're not actually racist, but it sounds racist.
I'm sure there's a lot of people who have the same problem as me.
Erectile dysfunction.
Who don't want GTX 650 Ti boost.
Oh, yeah, I know the one.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Wait, things are cheaper when they're on sale? What?
I know, right?
Yo, what is going on? People of the internet, delinquents of the internet, and I can't think what Gem usually says, but hope we're all having a good night. We're starting a little bit later. I'm your boy R-Tizzle, aka R-Techz. I have 3 other beautiful people with me, and we're going to go around. I'm going to do the opposite this time. SD's gagging to do some plugins, so why don't you say what you're about?
Yeah, I'm SD. I do YouTube Shorts. Mainly because there's millions of gamers out there who are gaming fucking hell, obviously. And yeah, I post shorts, what I find interesting on my SureDiesAlot on YouTube. And yeah, that's what I do. Nothing too crazy, obviously. Next.
And Gem, what are you about?
I do the Straight Up Warlords on R-Techz here on YouTube. The latest episode recently came out. It was this week, so go check that out. That's September. We are working on what we're doing for this month's episode. It's going to be a very lore-heavy episode. It's going to be a long episode, and we've got a special guest, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. Then the episode after that, we're going to have hopefully some special images and maybe some videos in it of Warhammer World time, because we're going on a journey to overall. I'm looking forward to talking with the guys tonight, and we're going to have some good conversation. And check out SD's channel. He does actually do some funny stuff.
Dingle, what are you about, my son?
Yeah, I'm Dingle. I do the drug cartel for the... Oh, wrong podcast. I do the Dingle games. I've been quiet lately, but we know why. But there'll be games coming soon. Coming in your face soon. So stay tuned for that, and sit down, grab a cup of tea or a beer, and enjoy the podcast, mother lickers.
Hey, bloody man. So today the subject is going to be about gaming. We always tend to relay back to here at some point. I'll let you go first, SD, of what you were going to chat about earlier.
Yeah, I don't know who...
Well, that's SD's one. Gem, do you want to go?
Yeah, sure, yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of people who have the same problem as me. Mainly mid-range
Erectile dysfunction.
i.e. those who don't put a lot of money towards their machines. i.e. R-Techz, because he got given his.
What do you mean? On what?
Computer.
Cooling.
Oh, computer, yeah, my cousins.
PC sound like a jet taking off, because that's what mine sounds like when I'm trying to pay like a...
It did. It used to. It
My
used to.
PS4 did.
All these days.
Like, do you have like a real issue of like cooling?
I'm cool as shit.
Oi. No, mine's usually not too bad, SD, actually. But the old one was, yeah, the old one was. This is like a remade, like he like handcrafted it, so to speak.
Because my main issue is, for a lot of mid-range gamers, unless you spend like a lot of money on a case, I'm talking about £130 plus on a case.
Yeah.
So you can get your proper water cooling in, you can put proper airflow in, getting all the cold air in and all the hot air. I put that on the front of my case. And obviously, at the front of your case is where most of your airflow comes in.
Right.
And I find my like GPU heats up more because it's with a GPU it floats around in the case rather than actually getting out. Where previously I had like an air cooler for my CPU, and all the cold air would come in the front, it would rotate around the GPU, it would then go through the CPU and out the back. There'd be a lot of like positive pressure within inside the case. And then you'd have like a lot of the heat being expelled. And I find that today, where I've got the all-in-one, I don't get the same performance as I did when I had the standard air cooler.
What do you mean by mid-range game? What is I don't know what that means.
What I mean is like where you get like the the Ryzen 9s, for instance.
So you mean like a mid-range, sort of mid-value PC, right?
Kind of like you would spend, say, 150 quid on a CPU.
Yeah, so like, say you're making like a...
Not talking about having the high-end Ryzen 9s or high-end i9s, or like, you know, the fucking Nvidia 4000 series. Not that sort of. I'm talking about 2000 series where it's going into the budget range, where you're not really spending any more than, say, £200 on a product, or 240 at most, as I did.
Yeah. When I play AC6 on...
I can't really do it.
Oh. Anyway, as I was about to say, when I play Armored Core 6 on my PC, it does... you do notice the sound of the fan speeding up to try and keep it cool.
You've got like a
my PC... My PC is sort of like a mid-range PC as well, so it doesn't overheat as much as, you know, it says.
Like, for instance, I think I looked at yours before, and it was like with your previous one built by I would say a less informed person.
Yeah. I mean, I was part of
considering what actually happened to it.
I was part of the duo that built the PC, yeah. And I would admit that, yes, I was less informed.
I find that in summer, my PC runs a lot hotter, and I lose a bit of performance. As well as I've changed my whole setup with the all-in-one cooler, where it isn't get the front fan flow, if you know what I mean. And where I haven't spent the money on the case, I haven't got that, what do you call it, efficiency. I mean, if you are going to build a PC, I would say spend the money on the case. You know, buy once, buy right, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Or if you're going to spend...
Don't cheap out on the case, because if you do want to get your all-in-one cooler, because I actually went to a PC shop in Blandford, and I did spend about 70 quid, and he changed all the parts over and whatnot, and I found it didn't run as well. So sometimes it's a case of, if you are going to find a place to build a PC, or say for instance you're experienced in a case, you would spend the money on the case. Like I said, buy once, buy right.
Yeah.
Watch the airflow. Research the parts before you buy them.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Because
but some people, I think a lot of people, when they have computers like me, they're not very techie though, so they kind of sort of just go with what they're told.
My motherboard, it takes 5000 series CPUs, and obviously I started on the 1000 series Ryzen, and 1700X, and I went to 2700X, and I was literally, you just swap over the CPU and it ran fine. It's got to research in the parts you have. When it comes down to like gaming, for instance, before I bought my decent GPU, which was the 1060, 6GB model, I had like what did I have? I think I had like a GTX 650 Ti boost, 2 GB.
Oh yeah, I know the one.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. It ran pretty well, to be honest. I mean,
It had legs.
it had decent clocking ability. It didn't run too hot. My case at that point wasn't great on cooling, but it ran really well on the temps. There wasn't that much clocking on it, and it done really well. It's just when I swapped to the 1060.
Oh my!
I mean, games like that was, to be fair, that was about 8 years ago. And when I swapped to like the 1060, I had that boost when Fallout 4 came out. I mean, it ran fine on medium quality. I mean, it wanted to do high quality, but I decided, I'm not going to do that because I run on medium quality, get higher FPS. When I went to the 2060 Super, that was during the GPU crisis.
GPU crisis.
Yeah,
because all the like.
all of the newest GPUs were being bought up by people who were doing mining for cryptocurrency, wasn't it, SD?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Ah, I see.
As soon as they had the crash, you had a load of like excess GPUs in the market, which brought the price down. But during the crisis, I actually bought an entire PC for less than it would have costed to actually buy a GPU. I got it from Curry's. It was 800 quid.
Woo!
But if I was going to buy the 2060 Super, it would have been about 1,200 quid. So, I mean, I profited on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a whole PC for less than what it would have cost to buy the graphics, well, the GPU. You know, was it user benchmark? I used that. And I found that on occasions the PC ran worse. On odd occasions where it got too hot and whatnot. I mean, for instance, now when I play Fallout 4, because that's what I'm playing at the moment, because I'm really boring.
Say that again.
You know, I play old games. I mean, I should buy the new ones. I mean, I did buy Vermintide 2, which nobody plays now for some reason. Thank you, guys.
What do you mean for some reason? I banked like 20 hours on it.
20 hours, is that it?
Yeah, but it got boring after that, and me, Dingle, and Gem done like half the campaigns in that time.
What's that? What was that? Sorry.
Vermintide 2.
Oh,
he was querying why we stopped playing. I just found it a bit tedious. We haven't ever played it.
Oh, it's amazing. The videos on Dingle Games came out quality. I must say, they came out perfect.
I will say the reason that I stopped playing it was I was playing it on my own with the DLCs on, but because I wasn't playing with you guys, it just lost. Yeah, I lost interest in it, and
lost its magic.
It lost its magic
I mean,
when I wasn't playing with you guys, and you guys got bored of it.
Well,
I actually didn't.
Well,
but pardon?
Yeah, it was fun for a little quick spurt. It was decent to play for a while. But then SD got me in. Not SD. Dingle got me into Killing Floor, and now I'm in love with that. So blame him. It's all your fault.
You still playing it?
Yeah, I still play it now, mate.
My PC
Birthing
sounds
Ceiling?
like a jet now.
Hey, we're not doing this again.
I mean, GTA 5's pretty poorly optimised.
Hugging
that's
wall.
the whole reason for overheating. And, you know, like throttling.
Yeah.
To be fair to what SD has just said, they are actually surprisingly easy to put together. It looks it looks more complicated than
Put
it is.
Israel on that, alright.
You know, when you look at it from the outside, it does look very complicated, but when you actually get it together, the bits can only go in one place.
That's what she said.
If you've ever played with like XXIX or Meccano, they're pretty much like that. I mean, A block's only ever going to connect to an A block. If you get that. When it comes down to gaming, because this is what the fucking podcast is about, this episode that is. If you plan your parts, make sure there's decent cooling, and you do it properly, you shouldn't have any any screw-ups when gaming, like overheating or throttling, or dropping FPS, where for some reason you enter a certain part of the city on Fallout 4 and you get FPS drop.
There it is.
Just to summarise it that way.
Alright.
Love it.
Well, thank you for your insights, SD.
Let's get a Dingle next. What
Yeah.
what are you wanting to talk about?
I am going to talk about MK1, and that is Mortal Kombat 1, and my thoughts on it. I mean, other people might be, of course they will. I'm not enjoying it, guys. I am not enjoying it. Unlike the last one, I loved. I played it this one, the fighting's off as well. It's just And the whole having to have a partner by your side, and when you're fighting, they actually get in the way of your attacks.
What do you mean? You can do 1v1s, can't you?
Yeah, but that's no.
You basically how the new system works is that you have a cameo spelled with K.
Spelled with a K, of course it has to be.
Oh, of course, there's Mortal Kombat spelled with a K.
Edgy.
But basically, they're a separate character who you can get some certain special attacks with them as your, backup character.
Yeah.
But the thing is that certain ones have certain abilities and certain ones do different things, and it's all this, that, and the other.
Right.
And it's a nightmare.
You have to pair up the right cameo with the right character, otherwise, it doesn't work properly. Like, one of the cameo characters is Shujinko, and if you don't put him with anyone that's actually a already strong character, he will absolutely ruin you. Meanwhile, you get like a weaker character you put a stronger cameo with, and then it sort of balances it out.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. I mean, I don't enjoy it. I've not done the campaign yet, which I will get to, but the fighting as well, I just can't get into it. And also, I've noticed that it's such a shame because I was looking forward to this, and I've not.
You're extremely looking forward to it.
I know, and it's like I just feel like I've been kicked in the nuts.
Well,
unintended. Yeah. And
got punched in the nuts if it's Johnny Cage is doing.
Yeah, I mean, the characters I've played. I mean, there's no characters. Well, none of the new characters have actually taken me, dragged me in, because they're all slow. They're all terrible. The best ones on there is Johnny Cage and Sub-Zero. No, not Sub-Zero. Oh, I forgot the bloody name now. The guy with the hat.
I know you mean. Aiden.
Yeah, but even in this one, he's a bit slower than he was in the last one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so frustrating.
From what I've seen of it, they seem to have slowed down the game.
Yeah.
Isn't this similar to what they did with GTA when they re-released it on what's that handheld Sony console called?
Oh, PSP.
PSP, yeah. Well, they re-released GTA, not GTA Legends.
GTA Legends.
Chinatown.
It's like 3 GTAs on the PSP. And
Chinatown Wars.
They didn't even have the same quality as the original console.
No, because it was a spin-off, wasn't it?
Terrible.
It was a yeah. It was like that was like still GTA, but in
slightly worse graphics and slightly worse mechanics.
That's right. I thought I'd come on here and be like, yeah, come on here and be like, yeah. Echo in it.
Yeah, get massive echoes.
I thought I'd come on and be like, yeah, Mortal Kombat, you can do this, you can do that, and I've just gone, ugh. I've played it probably about 5 times. And
would you say that when they remake certain games for certain, publishers, they actually make them worse?
Well, I believe they have with this. The fighting ain't the same as the last one. And and there's not in the other one. You could have 2 finishes. You can't in this one.
Just the one.
Just the one.
Has anyone heard of the Fallout 3 remaster and the Elder Scrolls remaster, the Oblivion remaster?
You mean I don't know about the Fallout one? You mean Sky Oblivion? And they're trying to do it on the Sky Avenger.
The remaster, it's been leaked from Sony. Actually, in fact, not leaked. It's been legally obtained by Microsoft because for some reason they sued Sony that they were making a remaster of Fallout 3 and Oblivion.
What?
Oh, shit.
So yeah, do you reckon those games are going to be worse because obviously for some reason when they make remasters such as I don't know Mortal Kombat 1, and you said they have less than 2 finishes. I reckon they're the same for
Mortal
like,
Kombat 1 isn't a remaster, first of all.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
really nice.
it's a new game.
It's a new game that's just for some reason called Mortal Kombat 1.
Is it not remaster? Seriously?
No, it is an entirely new game with new systems and everything.
Yeah.
Let's take a really, really good games franchise and then fucking ruin it with a shit game.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, still, see, the thing is, with the last one, as soon as I turned it on, the first fight, I was hooked. This, I've turned it on and thought, okay, first match was a bit iffy. It's the whole, you can't reach them either. Even if they're really close and you go to grapple them, you can't get them. Before you know it, they've knocked you out. And this is me pretty much shitting on Mortal Kombat 1. Yeah. And I thought I'd never say that. I never thought I'd say that. I'm gutted. Yeah, the fighting's slow. It's absolutely... And the screen... with the last one, the fighters were quite distant away, so you had to run to each other to fight. They're literally pushed up right against each other at the start. It looks so odd. I hate it.
So they've ruined it for you.
But other people might like it, but this is me and my opinion, And
well, I suppose those who don't quite remember the original Mortal Kombat's would actually find this a good game.
Yeah,
I mean, they say, for instance, CEX, they sell, what do you call it, retro consoles. I mean, my opinion of retro consoles, like I don't know, Sega Mega Drive or
Dreamcast
Nintendo
or
Nintendo 64.
Yeah, the N64. Yeah,
SNES.
I mean, those are retro to me, but in some cases, and some people, younger generations would call, say, PS1 or Xbox Original as a retro. But
the OGs.
Okay, I mean, to be fair, Xbox Original is PlayStation 2 era. I believe the Dreamcast is also in that point.
Yeah, I think he's right there. I think Jim's right there.
Which is why our chatty commenter at the moment has brought up the fact that does that count as retro? Which, just saying. People these days are young people these days are going to say that is retro, even though it's the 2000s.
To be fair, we have moved on in our lives, and to be fair, we are in our 30s now, where some of the things where we would consider retro wouldn't be retro to the younger generation.
Yeah, it depends on the age. I'm really good. As an MK lover, played them all. I'm really, really good. If it's not broke, don't fix it. The gameplay before was brilliant, and now it's all... It seems rushed. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. So,
would you say it's like... would you say the new not new publishers, but the...
I could say PUBG then.
The new generation of game developers, i.e. like the new employees, the ones who joined, I don't know, fucking 2 years ago or 2 or 3 years ago, because obviously it takes a while to develop a game, a new game. Would you say they're kind of like trying to justify their job?
I think partially, yeah. But also, it kind of gets me worried now, because I do know that God of War they've needed publishers and all that now. And that makes me worried for the God of War Egypt coming up. So, yeah, that's in the back of my mind.
I haven't played the game they're developing, and I've gone, this is my spin on it, even though I have no take on the original games. Would you say that?
Well...
ones who are making the games now, compared to those who started it originally, probably in the mid-1980s, because I'm guessing that's when Mortal Kombat came out, mid-1980s?
The first one was... I think it was developed in the late 80s and came out in 1990. And then the second one came out in 1992, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds alright.
It's kind of what I'm saying is like they don't have the same passion towards.
Well,
But the thing is, Ed Boon's still there.
it's yeah, but look at the first Mortal Kombat game compared to it now. As it goes along, it's going to change anyway, no matter what.
Yeah.
It goes with the time. So it's like me adjusting to the gameplay before. It's just adjusting to it. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that the game is obviously they can't just release the same game every time. People want new things, so
right.
they do have to change it up. I think in this case, it's a case that they've changed things up again, and they've made it in a way that some people haven't enjoyed. Dingle is a perfect example here. They've changed things up in a way that he hasn't enjoyed. The fact of the matter is that I think a fair few members of the team are still people that worked on MK11 or MK10, MK9. But obviously each time they've had to change things to give it a fresh coat of paint. It's still the same like formula on like the basis of it being a fighting game on a 2D plane where you're two people fighting, and you know all this, that, and the other. But they've had to come up with a new, you know, gimmick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, my whole take on it is that, like, the game developers of, I mean, I know this is like a racing game, but whatever. It's kind of like it's like Gran Turismo and Forza. So what they've done is they've got the original like Gran Turismo, and that's a classic game everyone likes. And then they decided to go, you know what, I'm going to use all the developers from Forza to make the next one. And that's basically what it is.
Obviously, this is my opinion on it, but also don't forget the fact that I've literally was playing it on the PS4 and I've gone to the PS5 now. So there's that spin on it as well. So maybe there's the difference there.
Oh, so it's the console generations.
But then again, I don't know. It could be that. It could be that. I don't know. But all I can say is I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah.
And that's about it. You know,
So
it could be that.
a console gamer.
Yeah.
I suppose in a way you could put that down to
Negligence.
The translation between the old console and the new console.
Well, that's what I have been saying. That's what I've been saying, you know, to like my mates and all that. You know, maybe it's because I've changed the gears.
All right, Jem.
So recently I've actually gone back in time with my gaming, and I've started playing Second Sight. So way back in like the PS2, Xbox 4, the original Xbox era. I was about to say Xbox One, but the Xbox One also has an annoying concept of also being a newer console than the original Xbox.
Are you playing all these games on console?
I'm playing this on PC.
Play on
This-
PC.
Yeah.
So would you say without the fucking echo?
Yeah. Can you like mute the stream that you're doing, R-Techz, please?
I haven't got a stream on. It's paused.
Oh, okay.
I get massive like echo from you, R-Techz.
Me too.
Yeah.
I haven't got it playing. I'll close it, but I don't know if that makes a difference because it wasn't playing.
Yeah.
My mic keeps losing connection.
You're playing on console and now you're playing on PC. So, to be fair, there should be a difference between console and PC because now you're playing an old game faster, if that makes any sense. Because what you're playing on now probably has 10 times the speed as your previous console that you were playing on.
Right, but
Could you
I kind of want to talk about the actual game itself, not the experience of playing it on PC over the console, because I never actually played it on the console. I only played the demo.
Oh, yeah, you can only come from one.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I could have thought that if you had any issues, it would be a case you're playing an old game faster.
I wasn't going to talk about issues. The only issues I have is that the game is getting more difficult because it's turning into more puzzles rather than, you know, the runny, shooty that I'm used to.
Runny.
But it's more like a more positive remake.
It's not even a remake; it's the original game.
God, why is it being remakes tonight?
Yeah.
He just wants to talk about the game.
I just want to talk about the game. Come on, let me get to it.
It's like, sometimes you get like a positive remake where it's gone.
I haven't even spoken about the game. I haven't even said the name.
Slightly harder.
This is very silly. It's actually 24.
Okay, draw a line under that. Let's go. Let's talk about the game. Come on, let's go.
Right. So I'm talking about the game called Second Sight, which I believe is made by the same people who made Time Splitters.
Oh, fucking hell. That takes me back.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
You used to have that game, didn't you, SD?
What, Time Crisis?
No, Time Splitters.
I had it.
I had a game called Split Second.
Anyway.
Not the same game.
Yeah.
It was Free Radical that did Time Splitters, wasn't it?
Free Radical. Everything.
That's EA.
Yeah,
EA did do Back to
Yeah.
Time Splitters, Back to Future.
Everything.
But yeah, so Second Sight is a game where you play as a man who has psychic powers, but has lost his memory. But every time that he goes back into his memory, the future changes. Well, the present changes because he's going into the past, and he's actually changing the past with his memories.
That sounds confusing as shit.
It makes sense when you're playing it, but explaining it is yes.
Yeah.
Basically, you start off as a character who's like really beat up, covered in like bandages and that. And at the point that I'm at in the game, like 10 characters who were dead at the start of the game are now alive. And because obviously I've done like 5 missions in the where it was set in the past, and so I've changed what the past was in those missions, and that so now I'm, you know, in the present with different things in the past. But it's a difficult game to really explain because like at the start of the game it is very much just run through the area, kill things, and just get to the objective. But now that I'm like sort of near the end, the objectives are a bit more difficult to really explain.
Is it a fairly short game?
Well, because of how the difficulty has gone up because of changing the objectives, I think it is like I would say it's probably only about 12 missions long. Maybe a bit longer actually, because it is an old game, and I think it is single player only. So it doesn't rely on the multiplayer to give it a longer shelf life, like, you know.
Yeah.
More
By any
games.
chance, do you start off in on a hospital bed?
Yes.
And you're a bald pig.
We say it's like a Prince of Persia kind of like thing, because
no.
I swear there's like the second Prince of Persia game where you have to go back in time to change something for you to move on in the present.
Yeah, it's not like that at all. You don't have time powers, you have psychic powers.
Oh, right. So
you can use telekinesis, you can throw balls of psychic energy, you can possess people.
Hey, nice.
So what I mean is, like, for instance, you pick up a key from the past, go back to the present, and then open a door that you're trying to get through.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, like I said, it's not like that. It's when you're going back in time, you're literally going into your memories and you're going to a completely different country. You're going to like Russia in the past, but you're in America in the present.
So yeah, Assassin's Creed kind of style.
Well, no, because you're also not using like a machine to do so. You're literally using your psychic powers to go back into your memories and then changing the past in the memories. With knowledge.
So It's heavy rain with psychic powers.
I love how you're trying so hard to fit it.
I'm trying to understand this game.
It's time splitters with psychic powers.
What the fuck is going on with the background?
Yeah, I don't know who's.
That was Dingle. I don't know what's going on there either.
It sounds like he's licking the microphone.
I think he's having a stroke from how you're just not understanding us.
It's a fucking weird game.
Does sound strange.
It's a lot of fun though, I will say. Like, even with like how I'm struggling at the moment with trying to figure out the puzzles that are in the missions now.
Yeah.
I'm still enjoying the game. I'm stuck on a mission at the moment where I've got to. I looked at a guide, and the guide is like, if you set off an alarm, just restart the checkpoint. I'm there like, oh fuck. Like normally,
so it's called Second Sight 2. Just making sure.
No, Second Sight. Just Second Sight.
Just Second Sight, right? Yeah. Got you. Okay.
I don't think they ever made the sequel. I think there was a plan for one, but they never actually made it.
Why don't we have a look at the trailer quick? Might give SD a bit more.
Yeah, do it. So the entire game is just a massive headbutt.
Basically, yeah. Obviously, it looks like a game from the era. It's only like £7 on Steam if you want to get it.
Wait, things are cheaper when they're on sale. What?
I know, right?
Really?
Oh, you walked into that one, Jem.
I did. Although it took you guys like a minute before you actually brought that up.
Anything else? Anything else you can?
I did.
What's the likability of the game in your eyes?
In my eyes, when I played the demo of it, I really wanted it, but I never got around to actually playing it until now. And I've got to say, it's held up in my eyes to what I thought it was going to be back when I was, younger and it was originally coming out. So I say that it's definitely a great game and people should be playing it if they're not already.
It's nice though, isn't it? Sometimes when you go back to an old classic, it takes you back, doesn't it?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I can't wait to play the. I want to get the Nintendo 64 and play the early days Zeldas like Majora's Mask and that.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, playing games to take you back. I love that. Nostalgic.
They did release the N64 era Legend of Zeldas on 3DS.
Oh, nice.
It's basically the same game, just with dual screen capability.
Yeah. I love that game.
You've got like the inventory stuff in the bottom screen rather than having to go into a menu to get it and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. That was like the first game I ever fell in love with.
Yeah.
What, Leisure Suite Larry?
No, Zelda.
Yeah, that's fair.
Zelda.
Also, it's Leisure Suit Larry, not Leisure Suite Larry.
That was a classic.
Oh yeah, damn it. My bad. Can you see this?
Yes.
Oh shit, yeah.
Oops.
Watch stream, okay.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Get on with it.
Alright, cool. Well, I'll go just from like halfway point. Give
Do
us about
it.
10 minutes. Okay, so this, I'll just keep it running in the background. Feel free to turn your volume down your end if it's too loud, but I'll keep it at about 20%. Yeah, so this is Scars Above. Third person action adventure type game. That would be the best way to describe it.
Good.
It's quite a hard. It's not the easiest game. Although when I told you guys I was stuck at the tutorial, I got stuck in the main game as well.
I was stuck on the main menu.
Yeah, and then when I finally got to it, it ended up being. I actually ended up getting used to it. You'll see like the main in this second half. I have the main fights here. Like there's a bunch of the couple ones I just killed then, This is me scanning something. Do you know what? I might just do this in sections. You don't want to see the boring stuff. I spent a few minutes trying to figure out where the fuck to go because I had to cross this worm-infested water.
Do you not get like a map or?
There's no map.
Oh well, that's great.
Yeah.
So all it goes on is here we go. Here was the first. This was like the like a mini big fight when I got through this, and this guy was a bit of a bastard, but then there was an even bigger one after him.
So like a fat bitch.
Is it like Elder Scrolls?
No, it's nothing like.
You described it as being a bit like Dark Souls in the.
Yeah, it's a bit. Time your patterns, time your dodges and patterns and stuff, and you have to use certain weapons for.
Oh, you got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, I struggled a little bit. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I was only used to things my size or smaller, so this was like the first big guy I had to go against. I've only played about 3 hours overall, but I found it hard to aim for his stomach.
Yeah,
because his stomach was only bare when he attacked, but when he attacked, I had to dodge out of the way. So it was like,
I think the whole thing is that you've got when he rises up, you've got enough time to get one attack in, and then dodge.
That.
Yeah, that's what I ended up.
You got it there.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. That's what I ended up doing when I figured it out.
Yeah.
Well, he stood up there for a while.
Yeah, you knock the armor off as well. I shot enough times, and you'll see his arm come off. Well, the arm off on the arm.
Yeah.
He seems to be standing up quite a bit.
Yeah,
he's doing it there.
It's one of those things where it's a, learning through actually playing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I had to do it so many times.
It's all well and good at us telling him now how he should have played the game at the time. But,
Tell him tomorrow, and I'll tell him on Tuesday.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the game, once I got used to the little bits,
the
game wasn't too bad. Like it was there we go.
Yeah.
The game was easy, and I thought, I nearly died at this point, and I was like, fuck. But the thing is, with that gun, you have to charge it for about a second.
Okay.
Okay.
So when you watch me go to shoot, healing myself. It maybe not quite a second, but it's long enough I can't just shoot it straight away.
Yeah.
How many rounds? Is it 2 rounds?
I think I get about 10 shots each magazine in that.
Okay.
And then he died.
Yeah.
Okay, teabagging.
Yeah, I was quite stressing at that fight, I'm not gonna lie. But you'll see this one, before I go into more depth about the game, see this next fight against the same creature, but see the utter difference. But yeah, no, the difficulty, I think it was just something I had to get used to. I didn't think I gave it a go enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The game has crashed quite a bit, so that's quite annoying. The game's crashed about 6 times in the 3 hours I've played it, and that's quite a bit. That's every like half an hour. I mean,
That's a lot. Yeah.
So that's irritating. Right, here he comes. Boom, and boom, he's dead.
Yeah.
Same fucking enemy, he's dead already.
Exactly. The thing is, when you know what to do and what to look for, then things get easier. Like you learn that you needed to damage his belly, and you saw something there that would allow you to do damage underneath him whilst he was moving up.
It's a learning game.
Yeah.
It is. That's what I noticed. Gem's exactly right. Yeah, but it's dark. It's dark. Huh?
Is this your recording?
Is it? Yeah, it's still on the screen now.
He literally recorded it just before the start of the stream.
Yeah, did you see me go on it?
There's a lot of clipping and there's a lot of breakdown of textures.
Yeah, it's
because of my recording.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually look like that when I'm playing it. I don't know why it's so bad. So we'll skip this boring part. So I thought this was a cool. So they gave me this gun, which I thought was a very cool way of doing it. So to cross this weird worm-infested water, I had to scan this alien, and then I took a sample. Look at that though. It doesn't look like it's going in. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I had to craft it. So there's crafting in this game as well. If anyone's a fan of that, shabam. And I had to craft that, put it in one of the weapons to make a different gun, which you'll see exactly how I got across the river, which you can probably guess what type of thing it's going to be.
Considering it's called a cryo gun,
Yeah.
cryo
know
launcher, it's going to make ice.
Yeah, but I did do something by accident to an enemy, and then as soon as I did it, I was like, ooh, and then I purposely did it to the next one. So I was trying to cross over.
Nice.
And then this fucker popped up in a bit. They keep doing it. Like, literally, the enemies can pop up right beside you. Like, you have to be ready to, like...
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So you have to be ready to dodge as soon as you hear something. Hey, that was pretty good, actually, not gonna lie.
That's sort of a difference between this and Dark Souls then, because Dark Souls, the enemies are always on the map, and then you move into their area and stuff like that.
And yeah, dead. And then this time I did it purposely. Oh, there he is. Get frozen. And then took a bit of time to switch weapon again. And then I could have. Yeah, I get you. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, because it doesn't have a map. But it does make you explore more when it's done that.
You're not being very ice to him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's a bunch of like other scanning here. I'll go through a little bit because I end up fighting. Oh, there he is. I end up fighting that big fucker. Oh, I might as well just get going.
Weird game.
Yeah, it kind of reminds you of Lara Croft.
It is Lara Croft-esque. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Terrible fucking graphics on it. So you're recording.
No, that's just a recording.
Yeah, that's just the artifacting from the recording.
Yeah.
Not half the stage like thumbs up, and then the rest of it's like a half road. Yeah, just fuck that animal in particular.
King Kong.
Yeah, I shot myself when he came down. Well, you'll see. I didn't actually. I reckon I had less trouble killing this guy than the other guy.
But again, like, this is basically the same. It's a larger version of the same fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you learnt from the previous fight, so you have that experience. So you just have a more difficult version of the fight.
Yeah.
But it's.
Hey. Boom.
His health's gone down. Like.
Because you set.
That's what I mean. Proper burning. But I do like the story's not bad for the moment. About going to this, finding out these signatures that come from this planet, and they finally went to the.
Arsehole to defeat.
Well, yeah, he's not too bad. I mean, he's half health already, so I didn't find him too. As I said, the littler one, as Jem said, I'm getting the vibe it's going to be like this the whole way through. I'm going to have to learn to know what to shoot, when to dodge.
Yeah.
Just
because again, like certain of your guns require a charge up period and that.
Yeah.
So it's knowing when to charge them up and when to. When you can risk charging up to get an attack in and then do a dodge, and when to, hold back and,
Exactly. Yeah, there's some real damage there.
Yeah.
Get bugged. Yeah. There's quite a bit of scanning to do. You put that in the log. I like how you get ammo. Now you get ammo by extracting it throughout the world. You find the ammo within like the plants and stuff.
Nice.
So you find. Yeah, I thought it was quite a cool way of doing it. I changed it a little bit just from having random ammo dumps everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it really. Yeah, that was just teaching me a new skill, and then I went on a little bit longer, and then it was time to do the podcast, so I went off.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Scars Above. It seems it's got potential. I think it's a game where you have to be focused though. If you don't concentrate, you will get fucked.
Yeah.
Like I died so many times. The level before not the level. Well, I don't know what you call it. Like the checkpoint. The checkpoint before that, and that was against littler little aliens, creatures. I died so many, like it was ridiculous. And it's like Dark Souls when they have the campfires, but instead you have pillars.
Yeah.
Dark Souls.
The amount of times that I've died to dregs in Dark Souls, I can feel you for dying to little enemies in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because I figured out. I thought maybe if I just run, out of the way, I can dodge like the ranged attacks, but they still hit you. I'm like, fuck's sake! You have to dodge or get round a corner, but you know. So that's. I mean, I say it's a pain, but it's good to have a challenge. I mean, what you saw that was on rookie difficulty, so you know, I'm not ashamed to say that. So
yeah.
But imagine on the normal and the hardest one, it's probably like bloody one-hit kills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, it seems cool. It's held my attention. I'm not really invested in the characters yet. She doesn't really seem that. Hasn't stood out or anything. She does look a little bit like Lara Croft, so that probably wasn't the best idea by the devs. They probably should have had someone else. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, feel free to try it. I guess I would probably get it on sale. I got it on sale with about 20 quid or a bit less than that. And it's single player, and yeah, I'm excited for other guns and stuff. Because when I got that cryo gun, I was like, ooh. So it's gonna be cool to see other weapons and abilities as well. I'm guessing there's some sort of like powers that you get through time.
Yeah.
But,
it looks interesting.
That game seems fucking impossible.
as Jem said, it's learning the patterns and that.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
To be fair, that is sort of every game, but certain games have more of an emphasis on it, like Dark Souls and like
God of War has that big time.
Yeah, exactly. Like God of War, you have to learn the patterns of the enemies so that you know what to do in certain situations and stuff like that. You got to learn how you defeat them, because there's like in God of War particularly, there's like certain enemies that are sort of resistant to certain attacks, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right. It's all like dancing, isn't it? Learn the rhythm.
Yeah. That's the same with like a lot of different games these days. Like
yeah,
you know, Dark Souls has a lot of like, well, the original Dark Souls and like Demon Souls before it didn't have as many enemies that were immune to things, but then like Dark Souls 2 had certain enemies that were immune to backstabs, and so you had to deal with them in a different way. You have certain enemies that are immune to being parried and stuff like that. Actually, no, I don't think there was any enemies that were immune to being parried. But there's like, you had enemies that had sort of like unblockable attacks, where they did so much damage that they would have gone straight through you anyway. So you have to dodge and stuff like that. And it does look like a Souls-like game from what I've seen.
It is in some aspects, I think. Well, I've never played this. I only know from what people have told me. I've never actually played any Dark Souls.
They're an acquired taste, I would say.
Like spirits.
Yeah.
That's the spirit.
The...
Alright, okay, let's go do our damn final thoughts then. Let's just do the same one again. SD, what's your final thoughts on all the games and shizzle we said tonight?
I start the whole podcast off on the whole performance side of things, obviously cooling. This is only my guess, the experience I've had. You play old games, you won't get much throttling or cooling aspects of things, so it should be fine. If you're playing AAA games, your PC's going to sound like a rocket. I don't know about those, like the gamers who decide to play AAA games on like PlayStation 5, Xbox. What series is it now? Series X?
So the series is the name for the current generation, and then X is the top quality one, and the S is the low bottom quality one.
So I see it. So on Xbox sort of things, it's kind of whatever generation.
It's a bit like with the PS5. You've got the PS5 Pro and the PS5 not Pro.
Hang on, they've got a Pro version? I thought they only had like digital or disc edition.
It's something like that where one of them is also of a higher quality than the other one. That is more powerful than that.
Okay. Well, anyway, the console gamers don't really have an issue of playing AAA games because the current generation, mostly PlayStation has backward compatibility. The Xbox, but I don't know if they have. I only know that they have back capability. So they didn't really have the calling or performance issues, but on the PC side of things, yeah, you can generally play old games faster. I haven't really played Second Sight, so I can't really say if it's any good. I mean, it looks like a good game. It looks like an absolute headfuck, though, because you kind of have to remember what you've done for the effects you've caused.
I mean, it's kind of explained in the game.
So,
the cutscene before the flashback missions say people are dead, and then the cutscene for the mission after the flashback missions say those people are alive. It's actually quite simple.
I'm going to take a pinch with salt and agree with you because I haven't actually played the game. And the whole Mortal Kombat kind of thing, saying it's MK1 when it's not really the original game, that's a bit shit. You should probably say it's Mortal Kombat
12
2023 MK1 because it's a new generation of programmers.
I mean, it's literally MK12, so...
So yeah, MK12. They might as well have called it MK12. Going from what R-Techz has shown us, that game looks absolutely nails. You literally have to learn from every single fight and having to remember exactly what you've done to defeat that enemy, and then being absolutely turned over by the next one because that's completely different from the last. They've gone, oh, you've learned how to kill this one, fuck you, I'm going to destroy you by doing something that you literally have the learning capabilities of an autistic, spastic child to actually remember how to kill something.
Wait till they throw free at you.
But yeah, anyway,
I can't wait for you to have to fight two things at once as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be interesting. I mean, at least it's not turn-based. I mean, if it's turn-based, then it's a whole different fucking ballgame.
Damn straight.
Okay, well, if you're good at it...
I was about to say, overall, my impact is quite low because it's really affected by money, essentially. Because for some reason, money's easily come by when you're buying shit. But when it comes down to skill, it seems it's hard to come by. Going off your abilities here. Mostly Ryan's because obviously screen recording there. I'm sure Gem would have done a better video.
Probably not. I'm being entirely honest. I'm not very good at the Souls-like games.
Yeah, fair enough.
You're talking about your video quality, I think, rather than...
Oh, right.
Overall, I think the gaming side of things, like, apart from MK1, the game's going pretty well. On my side of things, on my subject, well, it's down to money. And if you want to spend it, spend it. If you don't, you're going to fucking pay for it in the long run. So that's my thoughts.
Okay, Dingle, it's your turn.
Yeah, with SDs, I'm not really a technical person. All I know is how to plug it in and turn it on. The game Gem was going on about, I think I've played it before, and I think I got right into it, but that was years and years ago. I've had many head injuries since then.
Literally.
Yeah, R-Techz. It's considering the game doesn't give you like any like hints of how to defeat things, and man, I can't wait till they throw like 5 at you, man.
I mean,
I am looking forward to that.
I'm just saying, before that first fight, it did come up with a screen of how to defeat enemies.
It does say to shoot the shiny part.
Yeah.
Oh. But no, that game.
What type of gun to use?
Yeah, that's about it for me, really. Sorry, I'm a bit dosed, but yeah. And also, I've enjoyed the episode. It's been funny, it's been a laugh, and yeah.
Go on then, Gem. What do you reckon?
Alright, so back to SD's topic. I understood what he was going on about, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't think a lot of people were interested. Just being honest with you,
Cooling
SD.
the performance issues.
Yeah, he's just being real. Someone's got to be truthful.
Yeah, so someone has to be honest with you, SD. This channel isn't about the tech involved in in gaming. It's about the actual games. And whilst it is important to know these things, it's something that I don't think a lot of people are actually all that interested in, apart from like the mega nerds who are really into like building the most optimum PC. Moving on to the next topic, which was MK1. I still want to play it because I haven't actually played it myself. I've only watched gameplay of it. It does look like it's very different from the old games. So it does, like I said, it does look slower. I want to give it a try so that I know how I feel about it. Because again, like I might be in agreement with you, Dingle, but I might disagree. I don't know because I haven't personally had experience with it. Just watched other people play it.
Is it on PC or console?
It is on PC, yes. It's on PC and console. You can buy both.
He didn't bite. He didn't bite.
And on to my topic. Again, I've really enjoyed Second Sight. It's a great game. And I recommend it for people to play it. And on to Scars Above, the last topic. I say that's a very interesting game. I don't know if I would play it. I mean, it looks interesting. I have somewhat enjoyed Souls-like games before, but I always find that I get to a point where I hit a wall with it, where I just can't improve my gameplay to the point where I can beat it. It looks interesting. If I wasn't in the financial situation that I am at the moment, I would probably think about getting it when it's next on sale. But I can't really afford to at the moment because I'm moving.
Yes, you are. And not down the road.
No. So back to you, R-Techz, and you can give us your final thoughts.
My final thoughts is good stuff, guys. Yeah. All right, that's episode 29. I think SDs. I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm Team Dingle here because I don't know what.
Yeah.
I don't know these technical terms and ins and outs. My cousins would, but we had them on the episode. They'd be chatting all our ears off about it.
Made for a good episode, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have that. It's just SD and them. But no, yeah, it doesn't. I guess it doesn't interest me. I guess that's what I'm getting to. Really, it's more about as long as I know it works.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean,
then it's fine.
If SD does want to do that, he can do his own podcast called SD's Tech Tips.
Hey, yeah. Hey, you should do that on your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Dingle's one. I am actually quite opposite to Isaac, so apologies, me old mucker. I don't really like racing games that much, and I don't like turn-based games, and I don't like.
Have I been muted?
No,
You
I
may-
have-
Been muted. What's going on? I swear I was muted for the past like 10 minutes.
10 minutes? I mean, considering you said something like 2 minutes ago, that's
Yeah.
exaggerating.
Okay, like that's 5 minutes then. SD's tech tips.
Fight, and also on top of the other two fighters games, I don't like either. The whole one-to-one 2D jump around. I mean, all I do is mash the buttons. I might as well just headbutt the controller.
You break the controller.
Chuck
You're
it
right.
across or chuck it around the room or something, or stamp it. I just have no interest, and I've never been good at it. Yeah, that's it really. I did watch a review not long before. I watched a review this morning on it, and they basically said that there wasn't really anything to grasp, that to, as you kind of sort of said, nothing to really hook you in. It seemed like there was so much story that had been changed. Apparently, Sub-Zero's evil now.
The character that Sub-Zero, the character that this Sub-Zero was always evil to begin with, but now he's remained as Sub-Zero and is evil.
Oh right, okay. But yeah, they were basically, it wasn't great overall. That's what they were saying. So I get where it was coming from. I've had it from two people, and I definitely wouldn't. Even if you said it was the best game in the world, I wouldn't be playing it. That's for sure. As for Second Sight, yeah, I would not be playing that. But I'm sure it looks like a cool game. It looks like a game I would be playing back when I had a PS2.
Yeah.
But I don't think I can get into it now.
You have, yeah.
But maybe, possibly. Somewhere, if I happen to stumble across it for
I think
free,
they both have.
or whatever, then possibly. My one Scars Above, I'm gonna play it, try and complete it, and on our last episode of the season, I'll try. Hopefully, we can come back by that point, and hopefully, me and you have completed our games, Gem, and then we can both collectively be like, "Hey, so this is how we think all the way through."
Yeah.
But that's me. Yes, we have Dingle on TikTok. We have Dingle Games on YouTube. SD, and SD's got his own YouTube channel now, and he also has an X account. Yes, we also have Gem, who has an X account and a Reddit. So anyway, thank you for joining us on this one. This is definitely more rambly than usual. It's not all. I would say it's not usually, but it's not always like it.
Yes,
Straight
it
Up
is.
Busters, episode 29. Please follow us. This will be going on my YouTube channel, which I'll be putting the music stuff up there as well. And if you left the dead video, all right, Straight Up Busters, episode 29. Goodbye.